Erika had returned to the room that had been given to her on the second floor of the guest house. Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko. When they cry, when they cry, when they cry, no naku koroni. When the seagulls cry. Hello, we're back. New chapter. Let's get right into it. Actually, I do have a funny story, but I'll tell that later. Because, you know, you're only deserving to know if you get that far into the video and you listen to me talk. So, haha, there you go. But I bet one of you's gonna timestamp it. Don't timestamp it when I start talking about this funny story. If I do remember talking about the funny story, I might not remember. Haha. So, gotcha there. Now, but okay. Welcome back. To recap last part, we had the whole love declaration between three people, right? You have uh, Shannon and George, right? They're trying to win against Jessica and Connor, but then Chick Beato is also up in there trying to compete because she's trying to get her love from her father, Battler. Me, I'm not her father though, but okay, let's go with it. She's Beato's daughter, as in the Beato that I know. Speaking of Beato that I know, I had a talk with an illusion of her, I guess, and she told me that just treat Chick Beato like she's her daughter, and we had a little talk like that. And then we got to the whole love discussion with Jesse and James, who we now learn are Zephyr and Furfur. Zephyr being James and Furfur being Jesse. So now we know those two. Now we know their names. We checked out their character files, and we've learned that they are genderless or whatever, right? But they're of a different gender from each other, but they're neither male nor female. Neither of them. Neither of them are male or female, but they're also well, it hasn't been confirmed what gender they are. So they can be all genders and no genders at the same time. It's a Schrodinger's cat once again. That's right. It's Schrodinger's cat with their gender. We don't know, but they very much have a Jesse and James dynamic where you can tell Jesse and James. You don't ship them together, right? Only crazy people ship Jesse and James from Pokemon together. Nah, they have this great relationship together, but it's not romantic. You can tell it's not romantic. You can tell James and Jesse they don't have that spark, and I really like that dynamic in Pokemon. And that's kind of the vibes I get from them too. Like, haha, love. But you can tell, but they're of a different gender. So all right, we'll take it. So I think I'm supposed to refer to both of them with they them pronouns, but if I do accidentally say otherwise, then I don't cancel me. I'm my bad. All right, it's not on purpose. I'm not trying to be hateful on purpose. Anyway, so yeah, we have that, and then we recap last part. Yeah, there's nothing else that really happened. I think last part was relatively short recording wise. I say it was over an hour long. So, all right, and yeah, I'll tell the fun story later. So Erika, we're now back to Erika. Last we saw her was in her battle with Maria. Maria then left to play cards with the rest, and then now we're back to her. She's returned to her room in the second floor. Alright, let's go. The next room over was empty. It was very quiet there. Even pressing her ear against the wall wouldn't enable her to listen in on the voices in the cousin's room. Oh! Oh! Would you look at that? So she can't use the trick she used last episode. Aha! She was awake all night and listening in. I see. Even with hearing power boosted by the detective's authority, it would probably be impossible to make out anything. This room was the farthest down the hall, a long ways away from the cousin's room. Why did you get a different room this episode compared to the previous episode? The previous episode she got a room right next to them, and so she could hear what they're doing by just pressing her ear on the wall. And of course she's self-aware of the events that has already happened in the story, which is kind of bullcrap, but okay. Yeah, what's your plan then, Erika? Your place is further away, what's up? We don't want to listen to you either. This whole time, Erika had been sitting at the desk working at something. She was preparing some of those duct tape seals from before. Oh, here we go again! She's gonna go around all the way outside, sealing all the windows. Ah, Erika, Erika, Erika. You little booger menace. She had asked Kumasawa for the stickiest tape available. Wow. She drew a complicated, unforgeable signature on it with a permanent marker, then added slits through it. By sticking this over a place that she wanted to prove had remained closed. Interesting that they're saying unforgeable. So, there's nobody can replicate the seals and act like they were Erika putting on the seals, right? The culprit can't just do that. Unforgeable, okay. She has the detective authority, I guess, so she can do that. Alright. By sticking this over a place that she wanted to prove had remained closed, she could create a powerful seal equal in strength to the red truth. That's some bullcrap. Those menacing seals had cornered Nazis so thoroughly in the previous game. Oh, look at her. Look at her holding the duct tape. Look at her go! What did I do this time? That Pato doesn't let anything get by him, does he? What did I do? Erika shrugged and showed the piece of duct tape she had cut off to Delonor. By sight alone, Delonor couldn't tell what had annoyed Erika. However, as soon as she held the tape, she realized the difference right away. Dame dana? Is that what you're trying to tell me? But you asked Kumasawa for the stickiest tape they had. Damn, so Kumasawa gave you the wrong tape. Battler did this on purpose. Even duct tape can be of low quality, and it sometimes gets weaker with age. The tape Kumasawa had found was a bit too weak even for normal use. It wasn't nearly sticky enough to be used as a detective seal. Hey, but I am still incompetent in red. Alright, I've accepted that at this point. I'm incompetent in red, I'll accept it. Alright, we've learned it in episode 2. We're sticking by it. I'm incompetent in red, alright. To be fair, the fact that I haven't figured out a lot of the puzzles of Umineko so far just proves that I'm incompetent, so I'll stick by it. I'm incompetent. Yeah, I'm even more incompetent than Battler. Battler's figured out the truth. Dang! So I'm even more incompetent than Battler. Alright. All this entire time, the visual novel was trying to make me think that, hey, haha, maybe you're smarter than Battler. Not psych! Battler's figured it out before you did. Idiot. Alright, he probably tempered all the duct tape on the island using the authority of the Game Master. Letting Erika get her hands on duct tape gave her a fatal weapon to use against witches. The previous game had proven this fact, so he's trying to make the game more fair for the witches' side. Because if Erika can just run around with red truths all about, then she can make whatever story she wants. And so, Batter had removed that weapon from the entire mansion. Yeah, because that would mean there's no point in trying to find a substitute for duct tape. Batter would have tried to counter that, right? That's crazy that she even had the resolve to do that. You know, I don't know, even if you are a detective, that's wild. Erika tossed the duct tape aside and flopped spread eagle onto the bed. Your children don't smoke. Neither of you. At least you look like children. Respect. Dude, that's what I was saying! I literally just said that. At least you look like children. Don't smoke, you're children. I'm just a kid. Yeah, you don't smoke. But you're on smoke. Erika's on smoke though. Yeah, because you're also a child, so you don't smoke either. I mean, it might feel refreshing, but your body's not gonna be refreshed. It's gonna hate it. Someone give her a pipe. Don't give children pipes. Erika answered lazily, still looking up at the ceiling. That in itself was half an answer. The silence between the two was filled by the sound of the wind and rain. It was so quiet that it was hard not to listen to the ticking of the clock. I do that sometimes, you know. Oh, my new darkness. Oh, this is a soundtrack and a half. I do that sometimes where, not in my own home, because I don't have a clock in my home. Obviously, I just use my phone to check the clock, so I don't actually need one. But when I'm in other homes or or when I'm staying somewhere else, as in when I'm temporarily staying in another place that has a clock, or maybe even whatever, even if I'm not staying there for the night, but maybe I'm staying somewhere else, I'll sometimes be really bored, or maybe I just won't be doing anything. I'll be sitting down or lying down and just hear the clock going tick, 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 and I'll just listen to the clock go. And sometimes I'll just be listening to it clicking for about 15 minutes, just tick, tick, tick. And it's the clock sound. I don't know. It's weirdly, it's not comforting, but I don't hate it either. It's just tick, tick. It's just something to focus on to distract your time, even though it's literally passing the time, literally, right? It's showing how much time is passing. Every second it's going tick. So it's something. May I ask a question? No. Erika's probably bored as well. Or maybe the sound of the rain was making her sentimental. She assented, which was very unlike her. It had been a childish fight. Erika didn't need Lano to tell her that. Can you call yourself something different though? I know I know, but every time, man, every time it doesn't catch me off guard, but every time it has a small tingle on me that okay, alright. I don't feel like you should self-proclaim yourself that. Call yourself a therapist, maybe, you know what I mean? Search about the words. I don't know if you're a therapist, or maybe you're anything but that. Erika rolled over grumpily, turning her back to Dlanor. Because of this, Dlanor couldn't see her expression. Even so, For some reason, she could guess that this completely unobserved expression was one of pain. Interpreting this to mean that Erika wanted her to go away, Delano gave a bow and made to leave. Then, Erika suddenly spoke. The words came so far out of the blue that Delano doubted her ears, and she had to ask Erika to say it again. I'm actually really interested. What did you say? What did she say?
あなたのことが好きです。
Whoa. Okay. That I was not expecting that. What? Hey yo, Erika, what? I love you? What's up? Wait, what does she mean by this? Continue. It really was. Yeah, it really was out of the blue. Wait, what? Delano wanted to ascertain what Erika really meant, but the latter still had her back turned, and her face was out of sight. She's probably all red right now. You know, maybe. Maybe. But wait. Okay, wait. Is it as in I love you because you're helping me out? Or is it actual romantic love? Wait. Oh, wait. That's out of left field. Oh, I would never seen that one coming. What?
ありがとうございます。
Wait, seriously? Erika, continue.
以前は別の子と付き合っていましたが、
Oh!
今は完全に切れています。
Oh, Okay, I wasn't expecting this! What a turn of events! For the Erika love story? Okay! Okay!
周りの人たちは僕たちを妬んでありもしないことを言いますが、気にしないでください。
Wait, you two should join the battle! You two should join Chickbeato, Shannon and George, and Jessica and Canon! You two should join! What's this? Wow! Nah, but there's no way Erika would join. She's gonna say magic doesn't exist, this entire thing is bullcrap, so fair. She's gonna say entire ordeal is bullcrap, but... Hey, yo! Okay, so this episode has been crazy, because first we get introduced to two characters that are genderless, and now we have... Or that have no gender or whatever, vague gender, and now we have Erika coming out like... Yeah, I love you, Delano. Just all of a sudden say, hey, I was used to go out with a girl, just like that, just boom. All right, cool. All right, well we got a relation right there. Erika's into girls. Wow. All right, this episode turning real LGBTQ friendly. Okay, well, all right. I did not see that one coming at all. But hey, I really like this surf of character for Erika. Because I said this last episode too, I have hope for Erika. I don't think she's just trying to deny people's magic for no reason. I do think there is a reason for it. And I've started to myself change since I used to be in episode 1 and 2. I don't hate magic. I think it's acceptable for others to live with magic. But I don't think they should depend on it, but they're allowed to believe in it, and if it means helping them out, if that makes sense. I think that's okay, and I think I want Erika to come to that, you know, a similar sort of thing where even if she doesn't want to believe in magic, I want her to be okay with others, you know, believing in magic, because it's not hurting anybody, you know what I mean? As long as it's good magic, like Virgilia's saying, good magic, right? So, but okay. Alright, so here's the thing. So Erika's come up with that. Is Delano going to reciprocate? Or is this going to be another case of unrequited love? You know what I mean? Is Delano with this? Or is Delano like, nah, sorry. You know, I'm not into that. Maybe. We'll see. Delano hasn't properly responded yet. And Delano hasn't really shown any, well, we'll see. Alright, this is an interesting turn of events. Wow, I did not see that one coming.
俺は君に生涯のすべてを捧げるから、君も俺にすべてを捧げてほしい。二人で一緒に幸せになろう。
Wild! Yo, this episode should have been called Love of the Golden Witch. Because this is wild. We're seeing love on all cylinders here. Wow! Wow! What would Battler think of this? Does Battler know this is going on? What would Battler think of this? Wow! Delano avoided asking what she was talking about and stood there in silence. No, Delano, you know exactly what she's talking about. For a while, Erika kept on speaking in that dull and emotionless tone, repeating soppy phrases that might have popped up in some shoujo manga. Then, unexpectedly, she once again followed up with a complete non sequitur.
新しい財布。
Of course, she had no idea what Erika was saying. A new wallet? However, with her back still to Delano, Erika kept on saying disconnected words.
変な猫のキーホルダー。趣味の合わないアロマオイル。演劇の先輩に借りたという趣味違いの音楽テープ。
A music tape that's not his style? Which he said he borrowed from an acting colleague?
先輩の付き合いで断れなくて。急にバイトが入っちゃって。拉致の電話が長くてなかなか切れなかった。
What's going on? I don't understand what Erika's saying right now. He made too much curry? He started going to theater practice more often? He started folding paper towels differently? Huh? Thanks, I've already eaten. He knew more than before about cosmetics. Sorry, I was sleeping. The toilet seat was left down. Oh! He spent the night over at his stage friend's place. Me and my acting friends had a party here. Someone just left it behind. The drain and sink were cleaned out. There were receipts and point cards from places he didn't usually go. This is disjointed. None of this makes sense. What is she talking about? Receipts and point cards from places he didn't usually go? The toilet seat was left down? That doesn't sound like male behavior, to be fair. Typically. A lot of times. The muddy soles are evidence that you went out on a Monday when it was raining. It matches the strange symbol on the calendar. None of your theater friends have hair this long. Leading questions. What? How do you know the plot of a movie you haven't seen yet? Evidence, circumstantial evidence, observation, surveillance, tracking, tailing, information gathering, wiretapping, asking around, questioning. I found plenty of evidence that I loved you. I found plenty of evidence that you loved me. But I can't find any evidence that you haven't been cheating on me. Wait, Erika got cheated on? I'm confused. What? Give it a rest. If you love me, then trust me. If you can't do that, then you don't love me anymore. How could I love someone like that? I'll treasure you for all my life, but I wanted to do well in theater just as much. You said you liked seeing me act, right? So why are you telling me to stop acting now? Why do I have to choose between you and acting? What's wrong with you? I'm seriously tired of this, alright? Look, if all we do is fight when we see each other, maybe we both need some time to cool off, okay? I need to concentrate for my next performance anyway. One of my colleagues, she suddenly told us she won't be able to perform. I need to rewrite the script by tomorrow. I don't have the time for this. You know what? If you really find it that hard to trust me, we're through. Don't bother coming over again. Just go home. I don't love you anymore. Stop crying. Stop crying. God, you're obnoxious. Go kill yourself, you creep. Wow. Okay, that was in there, okay? Stop shouting, damn it. I've got neighbors. Just get the hell away from me and never come back. I have no idea what was going on there.
愛がなければ見えない？逆なんですよ。
So you're saying that you're saying that without love you're able to. So what Erika's arguing here, that it's backwards, is you're saying that without love you have the objectivity to see through things objectively, right? So you're able to see things properly. You're able to see the truth from that. But with love, you're going to be biased? Is that what she's trying to say? Which is actually a very fair topic to bring it up, right? From Erika, right? To go against the whole thing, to combat this whole theme, right? To not make it a whole one-sided thing, right? To bring up a good point that just because you love someone, right? You're going to want to defend them more, even though they deserve a harsher punishment, or they do deserve punishment or whatever. But because you love them, you don't feel like they deserve. So is Erika's side here saying that? Yeah, you can love others, sure, right? But also, you also have to be proper. You know what I mean? You can't just lay off on everybody just because you love them and sympathize with them. You also have to be serious and treat them how they deserve to be treated. And if they've done wrong things that deserve punishment, then they deserve punishment, right? Even if you sympathize with them, even if you understand where they're coming from. Yes, that's important, but you also can't just be like, alright, now we're gonna be fine with all you've done, and yeah, alright, cool, you're bad. Alright, that's not proper justice either. You know what I mean? So I you know what? That's actually a side of an argument that I can't fully disagree with, to be fair.
愛なんかあるからありもしないものが見えてしまう。
Okay, never mind. Okay. It's nothing more than an illusion. One that no one except you can see, and one that even you can never touch. So alright. So Erika's become the way she is now because of things that happened in the past, right? She's not acting the way she is now just because of whatever, just because of giggles and because she just wants to find the truth. There is a reason why she wants to find the proper truth and wants to deny magic at all costs, even if it is a childish thing, right? And yeah, I do want to know more. I want to know more. So I find this very interesting. Without love, humans would never need to see that fiction. Because we can see it without. We suffer. We cry out loud. Is that what Erika saw in the past? Is Erika saying that she saw this in the past and she suffered for it? But maybe that's what happened to Beata as well, right? She had love and she suffered for it, right? And that's how she became to be after 1,000 years, or 6 years, whatever, right? But yeah.
私は今幸せです。仮とはいえ真実の魔女になれて、今の私はもう赤くない言葉に苦しめられなくて済むのだから。 あんたなら私のエンドゲームどう返しますか？
私ですか？
あの凡庸な男じゃゲームの相手は務まりませんでしたから。
Ho ho. Alright. Tough.
あんたならどう返してくれるかと思いまして。
I'll beat you any day of the week, Furudo Erika. Delano was suddenly thrust into the position of Erika's opponent in the witch's game she had once challenged that man with. Delano shared in the fragments of Erika's past, allowing her to grasp the full situation. Oh, so now Delano's learning of Erika's past? The board was reproduced in full inside their heads. The situation was one-sided. Erika's side had constructed a blue truth based on countless bits of Wait, that man isn't Battler, is it? Let's keep reading. Wait a minute. Erika's side had constructed a blue truth based on countless bits of circumstantial evidence, had turned all those into pieces, and was already cornering the opponent. Circumstantial evidence, you say? For some time, Delano thought in silence, and announced her by the book in response.
初手、私が浮気している証拠の提出を要求します。
So that man isn't Battler. That man is the person that cheated on Erika. But I thought Erika was dating a girl, not a man. So what's going on here? I guess maybe Erika was dating a man as well at some point, and then the man cheated on her, and then she dated the girl after that? I don't know.
青き真実で反論。構築に状況証拠物的証拠84点提出。
84 points? What does that mean?
青き真実で反論。今も愛し続けている状況証拠物的証拠を6点提出です。
Do you need evidence to love somebody? Isn't that what we talked about last episode too? Do you really need... Do I need to provide evidence that I love someone? What is this about?
グッド。青と青では相殺ですが、構築する駒の数が圧倒的ですね。
When both opponents meet with the blue truth, the decision is almost always based on which side has more pieces of evidence, regardless of the actual circumstances. This is especially true in the human world. Right, yeah, that is how that works in the human world, yeah. So, by the standard rules, Erika would win.
一点先取。次なる手は
攻守逆転を狙います。逆にエリカ卿が浮気をしていない証拠の提出を求めます。
パーペチュアルチェック。お互いが同じ質問を無限連鎖する千日手となりますから禁じ手です。
Okay, fair.
では証拠なくも現在もエリカ卿を愛していることを率直に表明します。
赤き真実でないから無効です。仮に赤かったとしてもそれステイルメイトです。私に反論する手がなくなりますから。
Delano remained silent for a while. She responded quietly to Erika's moves, as Erika drew closer and closer to checkmate. A stalemate is a forbidden move in the game of witches, since it means the ruin of the game. However, in chess, it also represents a draw. Because of this, it is a splendid final move that the weaker player can pull off if they are already unable to win outright. In this situation, Erika clearly had the advantage. It was natural that Dlanor, her opponent, would seek a stalemate to obtain a draw. However, that only worked in chess. In the game where witches fought over the truth, it was a forbidden move. So, it was already checkmate from the very beginning. Dlanor had no way to turn the game around. But that meant that regardless of what the real truth had been, this game would...
他に手は真実を守る魔女狩り対して
いえ、リザインです。
resign this.
ね、ほら。
But just because you proved that in this battle of chess, in this battle of evidence, does not mean that that's the truth, right? Because again, it's some bullcrap that you need evidence that you love someone. You need evidence that you feel an emotion. How does that work? How can I prove to you that I feel happy or sad or love or whatever? It's some bullcrap, right? You can't really do that. You just have to believe it, right? And that's what's the whole point of magic, right? You have to believe in the magic for it to work. And even if someone else doesn't believe in it, that's fine. You don't have to believe in it, as long as you don't obstruct me from believing in it. That's what good magic is trying to do, right? So Erika, why are you so hard on trying to obstruct others from believing in the magic? Is it because someone else didn't love you in the past and you really wanted evidence that they did? What is it about that man? I still don't fully understand Erika's story with that man she's talking about. Erika succeeded in crushing her opponent with the truth she espoused. That her former boyfriend no longer loved her and was cheating on her. So it was former boyfriend. So he was a boy, right? So, but she said she was dating a girl in the past. So, but I mean, obviously she could have dated a boy in the past and a girl in the past. And now she's trying to date Lano too. Obviously that could be true. But I'm trying to set things straight. I'm trying to get it. So, because she said earlier she was dating a girl, and now we're learning that she was in a relationship with a boy. She had a boyfriend in the past who, according to her, she cheated on her, and her evidence won out against the boy's evidence, and the boy's trying to prove that he still loves her, but he doesn't have evidence for it, and because it's not red truth, right, and it will lead to a stalemate, whatever, a perpetual check, whatever. Couldn't work, so Erika won, and the boy is cheating. Regardless of what the truth was, the court is gonna rule out that the boy cheated, right? Even if the boy still did love her and didn't cheat, it is what it is. The evidence is there, right? So, so I wonder, is it this cheating a fair thing that happened? Is this what broke Erika's heart and made her go, alright, magic can't exist, I can't believe in others? What's going on? Her opponent had no way to argue back. After all, humans are not allowed to use the red truth, I'm guessing. A splendid game! A splendid finish from a superior position. Regardless of the truth of her opponent, Erika could win. A splendid victory. Delano could only respond with silence. And with that, Erika spoke no more. She was probably done talking and wanted Delano to leave. Delano understood this, but even so, she wanted to tell Erika just one thing before leaving.
見事なゲームです、エリカ卿。
探偵は勝利して当然ですから。
あなたはベルンカステル卿の駒になる以前から実に見事な青き真実の使い手です。しかし、エリカ卿
So she wasn't birthed from Burn Castle. She did have an entity before Burn Castle and was doing stuff before Burn Castle, like having a boyfriend, having a girlfriend, all that stuff. Those kind of things did exist before Burn Castle. It's not like Burnt Castle's just made this piece and created her. Nah, she was a thing before them too. She just looks like her, an awful lot like her, with that blue hair, and her name is Furudo Erika. So
人間に許されるのは青き真実だけです。そして青き真実に反論できるのは赤き真実だけです。そして赤き真実は人間には許されていません。
So the only way for humans to counter other humans is to use better blue truth, right?
ならばどうやってあなたのお相手は彼の真実を示せばよかったのですか？
If his truth had been the truth, what then?
さあ、赤き真実に時に勝るとかいう例の黄金の真実とやらでも持ち出したらどうですか？
The gold truth, you say? Okay. The game master truth.
ゲームは確かにエリカ教の勝ちです。
The territorial lord truth.
しかし真実の守護者として申し上げます。
なんです？どうせ不愉快なことでしょうから、それを言ったらとっとと消えてください。
はい、確かにこのゲームはエリカ教の勝ちです。しかし私が示したあなたを今も愛している青き真実の証拠6点は未だ否定されていません。あなたさえ人間。
She can't use the red to deny that.
それを否定する赤き真実を使えはしないのです。
This is true.
探偵権限で84点の証拠を赤き真実に後に昇格させました。我が主のお力によって私は人間にして人間を超えた存在、探偵にして魔女、真実の魔女フルドエリカです。他に質問は？捨て台詞は？
ありません。それでは失礼いたします。
The Lanor bowed and disappeared. After that, all that remained was a single witch of truth laughing off a bitter past, with an equally bitter smile. Erika glanced at the bedside clock and saw that it was almost exactly midnight. Is this the time to tell that story? So I guess I can tell that story now. That I was talking about at the start. So basically, I was in a lecture in university. I don't know how many days ago this was. Probably a week ago or something. But so the professor, teacher, right? She has this thing, right, where she this isn't really related to what Erika and Don are talking about here, unless you want to have it be. But basically, she has this thing where she would ask us questions, but we answer on our devices anonymously, right? So she'd ask us the question that's on the board. She had this like question form thing that appeared on the screen, and we students would answer the whatever the question, and then it would appear as like a graph on screen, right? And the graph was basically just different words, right? And the words or the sentences that people said the most are the ones that get highlighted as bigger, so really big, right? So for example, she'd ask, "How are you guys?" Right? Most people answer good, so good became the biggest font, the biggest thing everyone saw right in front of your faces. Good, right? Or good, like Erika would say. But at one point, she asked something along the lines of, "What do you expect to achieve from, learning from this lecture, right?" And I didn't know what to say. I was just there looking at my phone, thinking, I don't know what to answer with this. I don't really know what to say. So I answered with the first thing that came to my mind at the time. I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to expect from this subject, from this lecture, right, that we're gonna have this semester. So I just went with, all right. you know what I wrote? The first thing that came on my mind. What was the first thing that came on my mind? I was like, you know what? Mugiwara. I should have typed Mugiwara and sent it in, and it came up as this little text thing, little text font thing on screen came up, and you saw that small thing, and I looked at it and I said, I can't believe I answered with that. And it's anonymous, of course, so nobody knew that I sent it. Well, now I'm telling y'all publicly on YouTube, so now I'm exposing myself. Now everybody knows. There you go. I mean, if any of the students in that class are watching this video, that's wild, actually. To not only be an Umineko fan, but also watching me specifically read Umineko. And not only to do that, but to know exactly who I am. You need to know what exactly, because how can you prove that it is the lecture I'm talking about, and it's the exact place I'm talking about, right? I mean, you can't narrow it down that much, so even if you can maybe have a thought, meh. But okay, anyway, I've exposed myself, sure. But I really want to give out, right? And the teacher was then reading around different things that were said, right? She read, I'm excited to learn, I'm excited to pass this grade, to get a good grade, whatever. And then she just read the thing I wrote, and you could tell she's not really a One Piece fan. So obviously, okay, Mugiwara, for everyone wondering, Mugiwara is Straw Hat, right? And if you guys don't know One Piece stuff here, I'm gonna tell you real quick. The main character story is obviously Monkey D. Luffy, right? And Luffy wears his iconic straw hat, right? And so when he forms this pirate crew, the crew is called the Straw Hat Pirates. And even their Jolly Roger, their symbol, is a skull with a straw hat on it, right? It's their symbol. It's the straw is the symbol, right? And it's Luffy's symbol. It's Luffy's symbol of it's Luffy's treasure. Luffy calls it his treasure. It's his straw hat, right? And in Japanese, straw hat is Mugiwara. So you'll have characters like Crocodile in the coolest way possible, meeting Luffy after 500 chapters or whatever, going "Shachiburi da na, Mugiwara," right? Mugiwara, straw hat. So Mugiwara, straw hat. Alright. So she read that, but she obviously doesn't know what it means. So she read that out loud, going Mugiwara, and she pronounced it weirdly because she obviously doesn't know how to pronounce, right? And then I could tell there were some weebs in my class. There's like 2 or 3 that were just weebs, right? And one of them was sitting in front of me to my right. I was sitting I was sitting, obviously, whatever. There was a guy in front of me to the right, and he looked at that, and he looked back to his friend, right? He just turned his chair around, looked back to his friend, and said, Mugiwara? And his friend was like, wait, I've heard that before, where's that from? And the guy said, that's from One Piece, Straw Hat, from One Piece. And I was sitting there, right? Like, I was like 2 seats away from the guy he was looking back to, 2 seats away, and I was there not really looking at them, I was just kind of there glancing a little bit, thinking in my head, holy crap, I didn't expect there to be other weebs in this anime fans in here, right? They know what, okay, anime fans, they know what Mugiwara is, they know what One Piece is. I wasn't expecting that response at all, so I was just sitting there, okay, well, and then the guy turned back and went, wait a minute, who sent that in? Who wrote the Mugiwara, right? Who's a One Piece fan? And I'm just sitting there like, it's me, it's kinda me, I sent that in. And obviously the people in my class don't know that I'm a big fan of One Piece, or that I'm an anime fan at all, right? Because I'm not really acquainted with any of them, basically, in that class, at least specifically. So I was just sitting there and like, I'm acquainted with some of them, but they don't know that I'm a One Piece fan, because obviously I don't go around talking to people and my first thing is, hey, are you a One Piece fan? Obviously I don't do that, right? As much as I talk about One Piece on my channel, yeah, but that's my channel, of course I'll talk about the things that I enjoy talking about. I'm not in public, of course I can restrain myself from going, hey, how are you doing? How's the weather today? Okay, so anyway, let's talk about One Piece. Obviously I'm not like that, right? I'll bring up the topic of One Piece if you ever get anywhere near it, right? But if we're talking about the weather, or we're talking about, I don't know, the industry in the city or whatever, I'm not gonna just go, oh yeah, the industry in the city, you know, reminds me of Luffy and One Piece. No, of course I'm not gonna do that, right? It's only if you ever get to the topic where that person goes, alright, yo, do you have any any TV shows you watch. Let's say we do get to that topic, then maybe I'll mention, yeah, okay, well, I watched some TV shows. I don't know. I guess I've seen Breaking Bad, for example. And who knows? Whatever, right? Maybe he'll mention Game of Thrones. Whatever it is. And maybe we'll get to the discussion of One Piece, but it's not a typical discussion you get to, not with all the university students just right away like that, so none of them know. But yeah, so funny story. Even funnier story is the question right after that. Now here's a reward for you if you stuck out this long. So the question right after that, she asked the question of oh man, so she asked, what do you expect from me as a lecturer during this class, during this course? And there are a bunch of different answers, but one answer that actually got answered by multiple anonymous people, so it was it's fairly visible. It's has a big font. It wasn't the biggest font, it wasn't the big things that most people said, but it was like easily top 4 words up there, so you could see it, right? And the answer was, I'm not even joking, I was there in class, I'll try my best not to laugh. It said, what do you expect from me in this course? And the answer was MILF. I'm not even joking, MILF. I feel so bad for the professor, by the way. Poor woman, man. And then I'm there, I'm looking at that answer and I'm thinking, oh no. And everyone's in class is ready. And she's about to read it out loud. And I'm there thinking, oh, goodness me. And then she looked at the answer. And she went, this is probably not the best soundtrack to have in the background as I'm telling the story, by the way. But okay. So she looked at it and she said, alright. She looked at it and she said different answers. And she said, MILF. She said that out loud. Everyone in the class heard it, and obviously people started laughing. I'll try my best to hold in a laugh, not because it's funny, not because it's actually funny, but more that I can't believe people answer this. Multiple people must have answered that for that to be a thing, right? And people in the class were laughing, and I was just thinking, oh no, why is this situation? And I was just thinking, And then the professor went. She went, okay, I'm moving past that. She just moved straight. She did that so professionally too, but she handled that well, in my opinion. She handled that very professionally. She said, alright, I'm gonna move past that. But not in a way where she was angry with us. She wasn't like, why would you guys do that or something like, or what are you guys doing, right? No, she said, okay, I'm gonna move past that. Alright. And then just acted like nothing ever happened. It was amazing. It was the best way to draw distraction away from it. Well, also, obviously, because she had to admit that she saw that. She can't just ignore that the thing is even written there. She acknowledged that she saw it and that everyone's reading it, and then brushed past it. It's with chest too. With chest. She said it with chest. No insecurities whatsoever. She just said it and moved fast. I went, alright, next. Okay, let's talk about the next thing. I will move on to the rest of the course lecture. Nobody ever brought it up again, right? Nobody laughed in the door. Nobody. And I was looking around too. I mean, I was looking around at the initial reaction, right? And seeing everyone laugh, right? Both male and female students were laughing at the whole milk thing, right? But then, during the rest of the lecture, I was looking around sometimes. Everyone was focused on the lecture. The lecture finished. We all walked out. And good. Obviously, people probably talked about what happened there after that too. After the incident, after walking out of the class and talked about it. But I was surprised at how well she handled that. And to that, I actually respect that a lot. But at the same time, I do feel bad. Poor professor. She did not deserve that. And worst part is that she is actually, I'm not saying that, but yeah, she does have a young daughter, so it's rough, yeah, I mean, there's the story. There you go. There's a reason why I didn't. That's the reason why I didn't mention that at the start. Now I can keep reading Umineko. All right. Don't you dare timestamp that, by the way. Don't just timestamp that. You only get that story because you deserve it. All right. Don't you dare. I'm deleting the comment. No, I'm not. I'm not. I can't delete the... If you type stuff, I can't delete the comment. But just so you know, I disapprove of it. Alright? Alright? Yes, freedom of speech, I'll allow it, but I disapprove of it, and you know, I trust y'all though, okay? Because you're goats, so you deserve to hear that. But the goats who didn't deserve to hear that, they didn't deserve to hear that. So let's go with that. Alright. Erika glanced at the bedside clock and saw that it was almost exactly midnight. But just so you know, I won't love heart your comment though. I won't love heart your comment. Just saying. I love heart every comment. The only comments I haven't love hearted before are 2 comments made by the same person, and I didn't remove the comments, but I couldn't love heart them because I couldn't approve of the message, because the message was supporting, not supporting, but alluding to CP. Okay, that's how I can say that. So I can't just love heart it because yes, I'm not showing support. I'm kind of showing support to it. I can't just love heart. I'm not okay with that comment. So I just left it there, right? And the person that made that comment, you know what you're doing, right? So yeah, I mean, if I was the person, I'd probably delete those comments. But that's just me. Whatever. I mean, it's there. It's their account. It's their digital footprint. So I don't know, but whatever. I mean, I'm leaving it there. But I did mention that, hey, I've read your comment, but I'm not actually going to reply to it. So yeah, I don't even know if they can find their comment again though, because I've made so many Umineko videos. They'd have to go back and check hundreds of Umineko videos to see which one that was actually the one where they said that. And it was a reply too, it wasn't the original commenter. So they have to not only check all the comments they made, but the replies to. Oh man, alright. Should have deleted that when it happened, but hey, whatever. I know they said it as a joke, but even as a joke, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But okay, we'll move on. It was almost exactly midnight. Oh, so it's midnight, October 4th, or we're going into October 5th because it's midnight, right? Alright. Bedside clock. Oh my god, you're actually going to sleep? Holy crap, I did not see that one coming. You're not gonna stay up all night to see who the murderer is? Or what the murderer is, how they're gonna move? She sounds an awful lot like Byrne there. I don't feel like Erika and Byrne have the same voice actress, do they? I don't feel like they do, but if they do, that's impressive. But she sounded like Byrne there at the end. I hope our victims leave us some interesting dire messages this time. Ding dong, ding dong. Woo, woo. Woo. Glass break? Woo. Eva?
あなたの人生を最後まで支えるパートナーの話なのよ。
Why don't you discuss this with your mother? It is about the partner who's supposed to support you throughout the rest of your life. Alright, so has George won the love battle? How is the love battle going?
そうだよ。生涯一緒にいたい女性なんだ。
She's the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. Okay.
だからこそ真剣に決めなければいけないんでしょ。どうしてそんな軽率に
How can you be so rash? Of course, Eva's going to disapprove. We already know this, so yeah. Eva and George can be seen beneath the eaves of the guest house. George had revealed his engagement with Shannon. Eva's anger had exploded almost instantly. Well, of course. This had been no more than George had expected, so he responded with an ice-cold calm.
まさかもう関係を子供ができたとか言われて結婚を迫られたんでしょ
Hey, yo, what? Nah. Shannon wouldn't do that. Come on now. She told you she was pregnant to force you into marriage, didn't she? Is what Eva's saying, and I'm saying nah. They have not gone that far. I don't think at least. Yeah.
失礼、僕は婚前の貞操は厳しくあるべき主義なんだ。
I'm a strong believer that chastity is to be preserved before marriage. Alright, George, that's a take. I don't hate that take. I feel like nowadays I see a lot of people saying that. Nah, I don't. Nah, I don't. I see. Okay, to be fair, nah, that's not true. I see more than anything. I guess I see people hating on others that try to push others to have that same take. Does that make sense? As in, nobody goes after you for being a believer that chastity is to be preserved before marriage. Nobody goes after you for doing that, right? Because it's your life, your choice. Do what you want. But people will go after you if you say that others should be like that too. If you say that other people should hold chastity until marriage. If you force that thing on others, that's when people go against you. So yeah, that's fair. That's my bad. My bad. I almost said something I shouldn't have. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
じゃあどうして婚約なんて
Then why negate an engagement?
僕は求めた。彼女は受けた。それで成立じゃないか。
I asked her, she accepted. What more could be needed?
違うわ違うわ
He can't be marrying a servant?
結婚はねあんたの思ってるような漫画か何かみたいに簡単なものじゃないの
Marriage isn't as easy as it looks in manga or whatever you're thinking of.
先方のご両親は両家の交流は
I wonder if Shalom does have parents. Isn't she supposed to be an orphan?
あんた野良猫じゃないのよ後ろ宮ジョージなのよ
You're not so straight, alley cat!
ひょっとしたらおじい様の後継者に指名されるかもしれないこの時期にどうしてそんな軽率などうして母さんに相談してくれなかったの
How could you be so rash? Why didn't you consult me?
今こうして相談してるよ。
I'm consulting you right now. That's right. What's up?
いや、相談じゃないか。これはただの報告だね。おじい様の後継者に指名されるのは全く期待してない。いや、むしろ辞退したいくらいさ。
Yeah, you were the one that was pinning your hopes on that about not George himself.
僕は自分の国と城を父さんがそうしたように何もない原野に築き上げたい。
I want to build up my own country and castle from scratch, just like father did.
あのね父さんが今日までどれくらいの苦労をしたのか分かってるのあんたが真似てできるようなことじゃないの今日までどれほどの運や偶然に助けられたことか
Do you have any idea how often he was saved by luck and coincidence?
そして母さんという良き理解者の伴侶がいたからだ。さよは僕を支えより強く生まれ変わらせてくれる人だ。母さんがたくましくなったと褒めてくれた今の僕は彼女がいなかったらありえない。
He praised me for becoming the adult that I am, but that could never have happened without her.
いいジョージ
I guess it's all part of the test of love that Furfur and Zapar were talking about. This entire thing. So Jessica also has to mention this to Nazi and stuff. And Cross.
とにかくここは一度母さんに任せなさい頭を冷やしてよーく考えてシャノンちゃんだけがあなたに好意を持ってるわけじゃないのよお見合いしたあゆみさんだってあなたのことをとても気に入ったそうよ
The girl you had that marriage meeting with, Ayumi-san. Ooh, that's a new character. We haven't heard of her before. Ayumi. Alright, let's try to remember her name. How are we gonna remember her name? We need to collect into you. How are we gonna remember her name? We usually had, you know, we had Rin, but I think at this point I should just forget the name. Rin and Saku being Jessica's friends all the way back in episode 2. I've tried to remember their names, but they really have had no relevance. So should I even try to remember Ayumi's name? Is she going to be relevant in the future? I don't know. What if Rina and Saku come back in episode 8 or whatever, all along? Ha, we're Jessica's friends. Remember us all the way from episode 2? And then I'll laugh at you guys because I remember their names. So Ayumi, how do you remember her name? Ayumi. It does sound like Amin. Can we turn around Amin in a way that I can remember her name? Amini. Ayumi. It's Amin. Amin-san, but but with a U in the middle. You. Ayumi. I don't really have a trick to remember her name. Ayumi. Hey, Yomi! Yeah, maybe let's try to remember her like that. Hey, Yomi! And then I'll remember. Because it's hey, yo, me! And then Ayumi. And then maybe we'll remember. Alright, cool, let's go with that.
初耳だね。
I doubt she's going to be relevant, but just in case, whatever. If I forget her name, that's fine. I can probably be reminded anyway. That's the first I've heard of it, says George.
あなたも分かってると思ってたのよ。先方のご両親も大変あなたのことを気に入ってるそうよ。
Her parents were also very impressed by you. Well, she's gonna have to find a different guy, alright? That's rough.
もしあなたに父さんのように一国一城を築きたい夢があるなら、その手伝いができるのはあゆみさんの方でしょ。彼女の気持ちを裏切るの？
Do you intend to betray her feelings?
裏切るも何も。僕はあゆみさんと特に交流があったわけじゃない。お見合いをして、その後親たちが勝手に盛り上がってるだけじゃない。数度無理やり引き合わされたけど、僕たちは互いに目さえ合わせちゃう。
Ooh, he made us go out several times together, but we never even looked each other in the eye. That's bad. That's not a good way to start off a relationship. If that's what the parents are aiming for, if the couple are not actually vibing like that, can't even look each other in the eye. That's crazy.
あゆみさんは育ちのいい奥ゆかしい女性でしょ。男性の上司に目を合わせるなんて恥ずかしいしぶしつけでできなかっただけよ。
That's crazy. Could never be me. Could never be me, bro.
あなたが目を見て話してくれなきゃ気持ちが感じられないと言うなら、彼女にそう注意するわ。
Why do you have to do that?
きっとこれからはあなたの目を見て話してくれるはずよ。
I'm sure she'll look at you from now on. Damn.
あゆみさんと結婚させたいんだ。それが母さんにとって利するからさ。母さんの縁談には僕の気持ちがわずかほども含まれてるね。
You're pushing that engagement for the sake of anyone but yourself. Requiem? Requiem.
どうしてそんなことを言うの？母さんがあなたのことを考えないことなんてあった？
Have I ever failed to think about what's best for you? I'm sure you do think it is what's best for him. That's the thing. I'm sure you do believe that, Eva. And that's why, yeah.
ないでしょ？親という漢字はどういう字？
How is the parent kanji written? How is it? Is Eva included?
木の上に立って見ると書いて親なのよ。
It's stand on top of a tree and look. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. It's stand. That kanji's on the top left, on top of a tree. Yep, because trees is below it, and look is on the right. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
母さんたちはね、あなたよりはるかに高みから人生の遠くまでを展望してるの。
That's actually such a fantastic kanji for parent. That is crazy. That's great. That's a Japan can have Japanese can have that sort of a connection with its words like that. It's cool. With its letters like that, I should say, or words. Yeah, sure. That too. Yeah.
そしてあなたが若さゆえの一時の感情で間違った道へ進もうとしているのが見えているの。だからこうして憎まれることを承知で言ってるのよ。
That's why I'm saying that what I am, even though I know you'll hate me for it.
あんたがどうでもいい子だったらこんな喧嘩しないわ。どこの変な女とでも勝手に結婚しなさいって放っておいてるわよ。
I'll just tell you to marry whatever strange girl you like and leave you be. Well, not necessarily true, because if George marries someone successful and he becomes successful, then that'll benefit you too in the end. Because you're in turn leaving your hopes on George. In George.
ジョージ。
But I do believe you. That's the thing is, Eva, I do believe that you care for George. I'm not saying that you only care about yourself. Of course not. You do care for George.
母さんに全て任せなさい。もうあなたはシャノンちゃんに会わなくていいわ。全部母さんたちで話をつけてあげる。
We'll take care of everything for you.
大丈夫よ。シャノンちゃんにも悪いようにはしない。だってジョージに成長のきっかけをくれた人だものね。ちゃんとそれに配慮してあげるから。だからあとはもう母さんたちに任せなさい、ジョージ。
Leave the rest to us, George. Sometime during Eva's rage, tears had started to drip from her eyes. As though those tears had caused him to hesitate, George turned his back and sagged his shoulders. George was, after all, only a child of man. Hey yo, Featherine! Who's reading this? Featherine! Though he understood that marriage required nothing more than the consent of both people, he couldn't get over his desire for his parents' acceptance. And so, he was torn between the tears of the mother who had always helped him and the fiancé he had chosen. Or was he? That's right, George, this is your test. George, is your test. You can't win against Jessica and Conan if you're like that. You gotta have the strong resolve. It's time now. Huh? Ooh, answer? Banger. Alright.
立派に育ててもらって本当に感謝してる。僕もこう思って親になったら母さんみたいな親になるよ。子供のために本当に戦える世界で一番尊敬できる親にね。
I'll be the kind of parent most worthy of respect in the entire world. One who can truly fight for his children's sake.
George.
With his back still towards her, George threw away his umbrella and slowly stepped out from beneath the eaves into the rain. Throw away the umbrella. Throw away the mask. Then he slowly turned around. Hell yeah! Shonen protagonist declaration! In the rain, let's go! It was without a doubt the familiar face of Eva's beloved son. However, he stood there now as his own man, self-controlled and independent enough that the blood connection between them might even be forgotten. It's about time now. For you to let go of your son, mother. Not the time to say George now.
ここからは親子の関係はなしで話そうじゃないか。僕はジョージ、君はエヴァ。親だからどうこうというのは抜きにして、互いの立場から本音をぶつけようじゃないか。
Let's drop the because I'm your parent routine, speak for ourselves and say what we really mean.
君が僕を望み通りの相手と結婚させたい理由は経済的事情、世間体、それから未だいさかいのなくならないおじさんたちへの願い。それ以外何もない。
You have no other reason. Dang. Alright, Eva?
いっそそれをすっきり認めてくれた方が潔いね。僕はこれから僕の立場だけで語るから君もそうした方がいいんじゃないかな。負けるよ君。
You'll lose, I'm warning you. George's eyes no longer contained any trace of his love and respect for his mother. There was only a frigid glare as he gazed ruthlessly down at the witch who was trying to bind his future. Witch? Okay, interesting that you described that as witch. Okay.
ジョージ、どうして母さんをそんな目で見る？
George, why are you looking at your mother like that?
今僕は母さんを見ている。
Damn! Wow!
僕の目に映っているのは僕の選び取ろうとする未来の前に立ちふさがる試練の壁だけさ。 母さんだって人間だ。夢や野心があって、それを今も追い続けているのは知ってる。そしてそれを素晴らしいと思う。自分の夢を決して諦めないことの大変さを僕たちは知っているのだ。
We also know how hard it is for a person to chase their dreams without giving up. I need to inherit your wonderful strength. I've learned a lot from my parents, my friends, and Sayo, and I've grown.
その最後に学び、獲得して完成されるのが本当の後宮ジョージという男なんだ。僕は今、あなたという最後の壁を越える。
Now, I'll overcome the final barrier. You! Huh! Oh, okay. Close up on her neck.
何？
What? Eva had disappeared. Wait, what? The pouring rain landed evenly across the ground everywhere. What's up? How can she disappear? No, it was blocked very slightly in one place. However, there was no one there? What? Standing on the ground isn't the only way to block the path of the rain. You mean flying in the sky? Is that what she's doing? Then, could it be she's up in the sky, bro? Look up, baby. World End Dominator? Eva Teach is back? What? Why are you back? Eva Teach is back. She really ain't gonna let George do what he wants, huh? Alright, George, this is your real test. This is your test of magic now. Time to bring out your wonderful kicks from the 2 episodes ago. Forever! Alright. In a rain-filled sky, with the moon that shouldn't have been visible behind her, was the golden witch of the future, who had finally obtained everything of the Shiromi family. Witch of the future? Even the drastic change in his mother's appearance didn't faze George. On the contrary, he seemed to be moved by her boldness. Because his mother had honestly and truly displayed her true nature. Now, I can confidently show her my true self.
これが僕の君の束縛から踏み出る最初の第一歩だ。
This is my first step toward escaping from your shackles. 第一歩. With that first step, he felt something odd beneath his feet. Huh? What is this? Teleportation again? Gop isn't supposed to be here. He knew that this sticky sensation, which didn't quite feel like mud, represented his mother's arrogance trying to prevent him from making that first step. Journey to the West? Your favorite story? Alright, George.
懐かしい。多分僕が一番最初に愛したファンタジー。
That's probably the first fantasy I really loved. Alright. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, wanted to become a god and was tested by the Buddha. The Buddha told him, if you can jump free from the palm of my hand, I will grant you your wish. Then Sun Wukong managed to reach what he thought was the end of the world, and found 5 pillars standing there. Only to discover that they were the Buddha's fingers, and that he still hadn't left the Buddha's hand.
僕が母さんから決別すると宣言した第一歩。
Are you saying
それだ
that's
と
what,
言いたいわけだ。
are you saying that's what my first step is like?
てるの？見ちゃえば？
My bad.
足元。
What are you standing on, George? On the pitch black earth soaked by the pounding rain. There were what appeared to be ominously glowing bands of faint red, and George had placed his first step directly on top of one. It was deep and viscous, and it held George's foot in place. From Eva's perspective as she looked down from the sky, it looked like a vast red spiderweb that radiated out with George at the center. Hmm.
そうさ、これが僕さ。生まれた時から数々の習い事で縛り付ける。あんたの野望のためだけに育てられてきた僕の姿さ。
This is me, tied down by a life of constant instruction and raised solely for the sake of your ambitions.
いいえ、それは違うわ。なら、わかるようにしてあげる。見せてあげる。そして、悟っちゃえば。
Eva! The vast red spiderweb on the ground scooped up George as easy as scooping scum out of a pot. Then it lifted him into the air like a deer, caught in a net, and swung him about. Eva's insane laugh was as innocent as a grade schooler happily swinging about the backfield with her gym clothes. And cruel in equal measure. Look at her go! Hey yo, look at that! What happened on Tuesdays, George? Look at her go! She's smiling. Ruthless.
覚えてるさ。ピアノ教室だ。
Piano lessons. Ooh.
今でも猫踏んじゃったを聞くと背中の毛が逆立つね。
I still cringe whenever I hear I stepped on the cat.
幼稚園の頃はバイオリン教室だったわ。
Violin?
できる子はやってそうでしょ。あんた才能なさそうだったからね。途中でピアノに変えたけど。
She didn't seem to have the talent, so we switched you over to piano. So you only have them play violin because smart kids play violin? Not because you actually had any interest in it? That's a great spread though.
じゃあ水曜日は覚えてる？
Do you remember Wednesdays, George?
覚えてるさ。進学塾の日だよ。遠くてね、通うのが苦痛だった。
That was the day for cram school, okay.
じゃあ木曜日は？
Thursdays? Alright, George. The freaking effects.
修塾だわ。暗記科目は苦手だったのよね。あなた応用はできるのに暗記は苦手な典型的なやればできる子だったわ。
You could apply your knowledge, but we're horrible at learning by rote. A classic, you can do it if you tries, kid.
痛烈だね。子供が三者面談で言われて一番イラつく言葉だ。
Those are the most annoying words a kid can hear at a parent-teacher conference.
馬を水場に連れて行くことはできるが、水を飲ますことはできない。
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
イギリスの格言だね。
Is it? I didn't know. I've never heard of that one before. It's a British proverb, isn't it?
あなたのやる気を出して維持させるのが一番苦労したわ。
Well, I went for a while. George was bound hand and foot by the bright red spiderweb, reduced to the witch's plaything. She would innocently swing him around, then smash him about, all with an insane laugh. Again and again. Friday, George?
ユニークな塾だ。親と一緒の塾もいろいろな意味で窮屈する。
子に釣り竿を買うな。一緒に釣りに行け。
Don't buy your child a fishing rod, go fishing with him. Alright, what proverb is that then?
母さんはイギリスの教育論が好きだって。
You do like a British dedication, don't you, Mother? That's another British proverb? Okay.
親にとっても辛い塾だったわね。でも、あんな一番あんたにも効果的だった。高いおねさ。毎週金曜の夜を費やさなければならないね。でも、一番効果があった。その時悟ったの。子供はね、親が見ていないと伸びないの。子が目なら親は太陽だろ。太陽なし根付き深く咲かせる花も存在しないの。
Still bound hand and foot, George was thrown, slammed, and smashed. He could do nothing. He was still like Song Wukong, unable to leave the palm of his mother's hand. Ironic because this OST is called Mother. However, since he wouldn't surrender, he could still show resistance at any time.
じゃあ土曜日は土曜日は
What about Saturday?
家庭教師が来てくれてたね。
That's when the tutor came.
向こうから来てくれるから楽だったでしょ。
My man was for real studying or doing something every single day of the week. He didn't have a single day off, really. Or at least one or two, you know what I mean? Have him chill out a little bit.
聖域である自室に毎週他人を迎え入れるのは苦痛だったよ。先生が帰った後に残る汗の匂いが今でも思い出せるくらいに嫌だったね。
I hated the sweaty smell he left behind so much that I can still remember it.
あなたに学習姿勢を叩き込んでくれる素晴らしい先生だったわよ。弁護士の相談費用並みのお月謝を払った甲斐が本当にあったわ。
It was well worth it? Okay.
そして迎える日曜日と塾の予定がない月曜日だけが僕の安息日だった。
So you did have 2 days where you could have some rest. Okay, George.
これは皮肉だね。火曜日から土曜日までの塾が僕を押さえつけてきたのか。まさに僕は孫悟空だったわけだ。
Yeah, those 5 days were holding you down, huh? You were just like some Wukong, you say?
そう私の手のひらから逃れたいなんて思い上がりは
think if you can escape from the palm of my hand, you can have that arrogance crushed by the Buddha's 5 mountains. Sun Wukong, who wanted to become a god, was crushed by the 5 mountains of fire, water, wood, metal, and earth, and sealed away. These are the 5 elements that the days of the week, Tuesday through Saturday, are named after in Japanese. Oh! In Japanese, I see. That's cool, I didn't know that. Okay, fire, water, wood, metal, and earth. Okay. Only now did George, who had always admired Sun Wukong, recognize this greatest of ironies.
思い上がったあなたは孫悟空と同じに少し反省とお仕置きが必要だわ。あなたが改心したら私が解放してあげる。
それは解放じゃないね。洗脳だ。
何も考えなくていいの。
ママに全て任せちゃえば。
ちゃえば。
私があなたの全てを決めてあげる。
You may be his mother, but you certainly look younger than him, I'll tell you that. Because she is. This version of her is certainly younger than him.
それがあなたにとって一番素晴らしい人生なのよ。
That's the best kind of life for you. Isn't it? Also, now that I mentioned that, isn't it interesting how all these witches and demons and stuff, they're typically very young, other than Ronavan, Virgilia, I guess, and Gop. But witches, right? Typically. Forget Ronavan, Gop, whatever. Witches, typically very young, right? Even Eva teaches young, right? It's been mentioned before how young people believe in magic more than old people. When you grow old, you increasingly get the anti-magic toxin. And that's because kids are still new to the world, they're still trying to figure things out. So they're able to have this extra creativity to believe in magic. So Eva going back to her young self to be this magical version is an interesting thing. I think it's a fitting thing, I guess. Similar to how every witch looks like a kid that we met so far, right? I mean, again, Featherine is an old witch, Virgil is an old witch. It's shown that on purpose, but a lot of witches are young, or they go back to their young selves, you know. Yeah, Beato's relatively young, right? I say young, 1,000 years, but she looks young, right? She's meant to be young. Satoko, right? Lambda Delta, Rika, Burn Castle, The Witch's Truth, Erika, and the Sorcerer, Battler, and Eva Teach as well. All these witches, young. So, young people more capable of believing in magic.
成功もそれに至る道もすべてママが用意してあげるわ。
そしてやがては後ろ宮家で最高の名誉である当主の後継者にあなたは指名されるの。それから初めてあなたは自分の人生を始めなさい。
Wow, so you can start thinking about beginning life after he's been the head? Isn't that something that you accomplish after long, you know, many years of working to achieve that title, to achieve that status? And when you get to that point, that's when you really got the W. That's when you really, that's not when you settle. You obviously still keep working after that, but that's when you're really top tier. That shouldn't be when you start thinking about things. That should be when you're towards the end of thinking about things. That's when you got it like that. You know what I mean? That's when you start thinking about raising your children and stuff, right? Surely.
笑わせないでよ。あんたはね、まだ生まれてさえいないのよ。これはあんたを捕らえる私の巣じゃない。あんたを慈しんで育む私の子宮の中なのよ。
Hey, yo, okay. You're inside my caring, nurturing womb? George was slammed against the ground over and over. It was heartless cruelty, unlike anything one would expect a blood-related son to receive. However, in Eva's eyes, perhaps even this was a sign of her love for her precious son. The human-shaped lump of flesh ensnared in the red net was slammed over and over, even thrown high into the air, where it was caught by a massive spiderweb suspended in the sky. George hung there pitifully as though crucified, still covered in fresh blood and not even twitching. Even if there had been some power to resist remaining to him, the red web holding him there would have held even that in check. The rain, which had been falling non-stop since the beginning, quietly tormented and pitied him. Shannon, she's a great girl, the one who gave you the chance you need to grow up.
Tomoを責めるな。行為を責めよう。だね。これもイギリスの格言だ。
That's another piece of British advice. Alright, a lot of British advice. Let's go.
本当にあなたは賢い子に育ったわ。いいえ、育っているわ。私のお腹の中でね。もう少しじっくりと育ちなさい。さあ、お仕置きは終わりよ。
It's enough punishment, so apologize to your mother. The spiderweb released George reluctantly. Then it threw him into the ground beneath the cloudy sky.
ありがとう、母さん。
Thank you, mother. It was all George could do to get up on his hands and knees. Though he wiped the mud away and stood his ground, he still couldn't raise his head.
これまでのすべてが僕を思ってのことだったんだね。ありがとう。本当にありがとう。
Thanks for everything.
そうよ。今は憎いでしょ。でもいつかきっと感謝するわ。私がどれほどあなたを愛していたかをきっと理解する。
One day you'll be grateful. I'm sure you'll understand how much I loved you.
火曜日から土曜日までの連日の塾での縛り付けも、僕を立派な男に育てようという母さんの努力だったんだね。
All those restrictive extra classes from Tuesday to Saturday were your sincere efforts to raise me to be a great man.
これもイギリスの格言よ。子供を幸福で包むことが最高の教育。
More British phrases. To wrap a child in blessings is the greatest dedication of all. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know any of these British phrases, yo. I ain't British, so... Okay.
ありがとう。だから僕からも母さんに
I'll give you a British thing in return.
を送るよ。
Alright. 何？
すべての木に斧を一撃ずつ加えても一本の木も切り倒せはしない。
Take one chop at every tree and none of them will fall. This is true.
何？それはどういう意味？
And what does that mean?
こっちの方がいいかな。学問に時間を費やしすぎることは怠惰にする。フランシス・ベーコン。
To spend too much time in studies is sloth. Francis Bacon. The man drenched in mud and fresh blood straightened his crooked glasses and slowly looked up. Crooked glasses. Though he was covered in filth, his appearance had a divine quality to it. Something that could only appear on a self-controlled man, not one who had merely been dozing in his mother's amniotic fluid. Not one who was in his mother's womb then, huh?
僕がさよから学んだことは数えきれない。僕は彼女の前で初めて勇気と男気と向上心とウィットとユーモアとそういったちょっぴりのおしゃれを学んだ。皮肉だね。今日母さんが僕を立派になったと認める要素のほぼ全て
Look at George smiling.
母さんの教育の賜物じゃないんだ。
Almost all the things you say are so wonderful about me didn't come from you at all.
ジョージ、まだそんなことを戻してあげるわ、母さんの子宮に。
Time to get back in mother's womb. Hey yo, how does that work? Nah, I'm out. I'm out. That's it. George is out. Now he does what he wants.
そしてもう一度温かな海で育て直してあげる。
I'll nurture you in a sea of warmth once more. That's a prison. That ain't no womb. That's a prison. As Eva howled, another bright red spiderweb appeared at George's feet and tried to scoop him up into the air again. However, that instant, a powerful magic circle could be seen in the air surrounding George for just a moment. Faster than he could be scooped up by the spiderweb, George jumped! And with a sharp kick of the heel and a magnificent forward flip, he cut the shackles of that spiderweb apart. That smooth movement proved that he had possessed the power to escape from those shackles all along. He had willingly allowed himself to be bound by that web.
母さんのこれまでの恩を一つずつ痛みで相殺させてもらった。おかげで僕は親離れがきっちりとできそうだ。必要だね。たまには親子喧嘩。
It really is necessary, isn't it, to have the occasional argument with one's parents?
ジョージ、私にどうしてそこまで逆らってあんな小娘と。
George, why would you disobey me so completely for that stupid girl? Because she ain't stupid. You said it yourself.
必要なのはやはり母さんの子離れだね。じゃあそろそろいいか。
So if you're ready?
何がよ。
Ready for what? Are you ready to rumble?
そろそろいいか。反撃しても。
May I fight back? Mortal Stampede! The curtain of spiderwebs that ever shot out in defense were all too slow. George weaved through them in an instant, and the next, he was right before her eyes. Ha! Looking at you! Eva jumped out of the way of a kick that would have knocked her feet out from under her, then blocked the second half of George's double roundhouse with a high kick of her own. Getting a proper fight here. I guess there is one extracurricular activity I can thank you for. All the martial arts classes you maybe attend whenever I had a long break from school. Hey! She attended some too, didn't she? She can fight a little bit as well, can't she? I remember that. I remember them mentioning that before, that Eva could fight a little bit. Keep dolphin laughing. That ain't gonna help. Eva's swift feet flashed like lightning. Low, low, low. Mid-level attack. As George's head fell forward, she caught it in both hands as though she was about to smash it against the ground. It was then met with Eva's knee as it rose like a bolt of lightning from the earth. Bang! That's it. Massive damage. Should have learned Muay Thai too.
ジョージも一緒に習えばもっと楽しかったわ。
It would have been more fun to have learned it with you.
そうだよ。母さんと一緒に武道を学ぶときが一番楽しかった。
I had the most fun when I was learning martial arts with you.
なら今が一番楽しいんじゃない？
Ho ho.
楽しいねジョージ、楽しいね。
Isn't this fun, George? They're really going at it.
楽しいね。母さん、息子と遊ぶのは。
楽しいわ。あなたは私の最愛の息子。私のお腹の中で優しく優しく愛してあげるわ。あなたがお腹を蹴るのさ、愛しい。
I even love the way you kick inside me. Crazy.
了解だ。
Crazy.
だがその蹴りはお腹の外からになるけどね。
But this kicks out from outside your belly. Alright. George buried his knee sharply into Eva's abdomen. An instant before she felt the pain of that fierce attack, Eva watched her son's kick with a proud smile. And then she vomited. Oh my god, okay. Alright.
母さんももう年なんだからいい加減そういう若い子向きの服は自重した方がいいんじゃない？
He said you're childish, child. Her chin still covered in vomit. Eva looked up at George in twisted anguish. She could see how pathetic her face was by her reflection in his glasses. Ha! Glasses works every time. Once again.
子供時代から私
So long, mother. Violent lightning and rain make time freeze. Alright, I think we're gonna end it there though, because I don't know how much longer this scene is gonna go on for, and I've been recording for a while already, so... Yeah, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry though, at least as much as I enjoyed recording it. This has been a bit of a longer one that I've been doing the last couple of episodes, parts, I should say. Last couple of parts since the start of episode 6, but there you go, treat. Next part, yeah, we'll try to finish off this fight between George and Eva. Seems like George is going to the upper hand here, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed everything from the story to the to my talking and all that. If you guys enjoyed reading along with me, at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Alright, y'all. Peace!